This is Leary through the middle, the ground scooped it across to Lovett, who bangs it inside forward 50, looking for Hagar, who used the body really well. He had time, it was Top, squeezes it through and bounces it straight through the middle to Michael Top. Just what the doctor ordered too for the Ferntree Gully Eagles.
And more of that quality action coming this weekend in the EFL as well. And the man who knows all about how it will unfold throughout this round of Eastern Football League action is Benny Waterworth, the media manager. G'day, Benny.
G'day, Half, and fantastic to have you back after a week off last weekend, but fantastic to have so many great games this weekend. The 4 games I've picked, 3 of them involve teams that are just on the brink of finals, and they need to win this weekend to get there.
Well, Divi 4 is where we drop off first on the list of games this weekend. It's a massive one. Forest Hill take on Nunawading, and I believe the talk going around is that there's some cross-pollination, some player poaching over the years between these two teams.
Yeah, a fair bit of players, coaches have exchanged hands over the years. Of course, Brett Shoulders, the coach of Forest Hill, was a star forward at Nunawading last year, and Frank Salinitri was the coach. The Nunawading coach was the coach of the Forest Hills under-18s team when they were going about their business very, very nicely. So a little bit of traditional rivals, you could say. They're just down the road, but I think there's a lot more than bragging rights on the line this weekend, Half, because these two teams currently sit 5th and 6th respectively. Both have 7 wins for the season. Nunawading inside that top 5, but maybe just slipping off the pack a little bit. Forest Hill just starting to make their way up. Interesting to see how these two teams go, because Forest Hill have had a little bit more of an easier run over the past month, whereas Nunawading have had to have played South Belgrave and the Basin over the past couple of weeks. For mine, we've got Nunawading, the 3rd best attacking team in the competition, against Forest Hill, the 3rd best defensive team in the competition. Defence stands out to me, and home ground advantage stands out to me. So the Zebras in a very close one to make the Division 4 finals race very, very interesting.
It's going to be a beauty. Get along if you can and see a very, very special game of footy. Divi 3 offers a pretty similar outcome, I would have thought. Very important game. Ringwood take on Wanty South. This is possibly, some people are saying this.
Yes.
Now, I don't know who they are, but I've heard them saying,
yes.
I've read them saying anyway, that this could be the biggest Divi 3 game of the season.
It could possibly be, because we all know about that log jam between the 5th and 8th spots in Division 3 at the moment, and these two teams are smack bang in the middle of it, 5th and 6th respectively at the moment. Ringwood had a bit of a scare last weekend against Warrandyte, but they were carried over the line by the Cat, James Katsiawas. He kicked 7 goals last weekend, 56 he has now for the season, so he's in very good form. But
fantastic.
Wanturna South are the talk of the town in Division 3 at the moment, Half, because they've won 7 of their past 8 games, and they were able to knock off Boronia last weekend. 3 of those wins, of those 7 of 8 wins, have come against North Ringwood, against Boronia, and against Templestowe as well.
The big dogs.
So they're against the big boys. They're doing a fantastic job at the moment. They'll look to continue that momentum on Saturday afternoon. Look, I think the difference could be whether Trent Farmer plays. Trent Farmer is Katsiawas' right-hand man up in that forward line. He didn't play last weekend due to injury, so watch out to see if he's selected this weekend. If he plays, Ringwood win. If he doesn't play, Wanturna South win. I actually think he's that much of a difference in this game.
Okay, so look at the teams and the way they're selected this weekend before you make your pick. Good work from you, Benny. Good work from you. That's Divi 4 and 3 done. What we might do, take a bit of a break here on EFL TV, come back with Phil Merton, then get back to you for Divi 2 and Divi 1.
Proud will unload from a long way out, takes the tackler on, lines up the goals now, fires at the goals. Has he made the distance?
What a goal.
Yes, he has. Yeah. Great goal by Ash Froud.
Change of pace now on EFL TV. Time for Phil Merton to have a chat with us, the Footy Operations Manager of the EFL. Filthy, welcome.
Half, good to see you again.
Great to have you back on the show, even though I wasn't here last week and you probably were. The Junior EFL Choose Tap Finals, they start this weekend.
Yeah, they do, and it's a great opportunity for the young guys and girls across our competition to get a taste of finals footy, which is what it's all about. So we'll have over 3,000 kids playing this weekend.
3,000?
Yeah, 3,000 kids playing in the finals over the course of the next 4 weeks.
Well,
every junior club's involved, bar one. So we think it's a great opportunity. So.
And on Sunday, I believe there's 52 games being played. Is that right?
Yeah, 52 games across 16 venues. So we get some great support from our host clubs. Just remember, for the people out there, it's $5 for adults to get in. With that, you get a record with all the team lists in it, and there's some other information in there in regards to code of conduct and some other things. The entry fee goes towards help fund not only the junior finals, so clubs who are competing and players who are competing don't have to pay. So we pay for the umpires, and there's field, boundary, and goals throughout the whole of the finals. And it also goes to help fund our junior interleague program. So I think we're the only comp across Melbourne that have a free interleague program. Generally, with most other leagues, leagues, players that play have to contribute towards what the uniform and other costs may be. So we're really keen to keep that going. So it helps manage the competition and pay for a few of the other things that the juniors provide.
So $5 to get into the junior finals, and a great opportunity for kids to experience finals atmosphere. Now, we don't like to put heaps of pressure on the kids, but when there's something on the line, everyone likes to play when there's something on the line.
Yeah, certainly. And one of the big things we did over the last couple of years is when we restructured the junior competition, it went from 3 divisions to 4 divisions. It meant that most of our competitions are now 8-team comps, and we've got a final 5. So there's been some discussion on the forum about what the length of the junior season should be this week. We think 14 rounds is pretty good, and it gives the teams who are finished in the top 5 that opportunity to continue their season for 1 or 2 or 4 more weeks as it goes on. And I think the teams who haven't made that top 5 in an 8-team competition, both the players and the coaches and the administrators are probably ready for a rest themselves. So it was a restructuring that we think has worked really well. And as you said, I mean, finals footy is what footy's all about, and we think having more kids having that opportunity to feel the cut and thrust of finals footy and the emotion that goes with it is a good thing.
Remember losing many grand finals by under a goal, remember winning a couple too by under a goal, so great emotion involved in junior footy. The GWS Giants, they'd be happy with a 14-week season, wouldn't they? Yeah. They're starting to look a bit tired, so you can see the point of scaling the season back for young kids.
Yeah, certainly, and look, there's some other issues in relation to ground availability through councils for not only the regular season but for finals, which we think it makes more sense. And generally, I was talking to Rod Caldwell, the junior manager, about today, and he said he gets the odd call from a coach suggesting it should be 16 rounds, but he gets just as many from junior club presidents suggesting it should be 12. So, look, we think we've got the balance about right at the moment. The season continues on those extra couple of weeks through finals, and over 50% of the clubs competing get to play, or teams get to play in finals. So, they keep going.
Good work. Any truth to the rumour Alistair Clarkson's the runner for all these teams on the weekend?
No, so and talking on that, look, we hope that people, as we said, it's a great opportunity, finals, to come out and support your kids that are involved, but we want people to do so in the appropriate way.
Yep.
And just remember that with the junior footy, there's no alcohol, so make sure people don't bring that along, and also no dogs. So,
you shouldn't be drinking dogs at any stage.
So no dogs. And the main reason for that is we get reasonable crowds to junior finals, and if we let one dog in, we have to let everyone who wants to bring a dog in. And if every person that came to the game wanted to bring a dog, it'd create a pretty both unsafe and uncomfortable environment for everyone. So
$5 a pop though.
For the dog?
For the dog.
No entry for the dogs.
Get 100 dogs at $5 a pop.
Yeah, no, we'd rather not have that money.
It's a lot of tracksuits. Good luck to all the kids getting involved in the finals this week. Have a great campaign. Hope it goes really well for you. And as Phil says, make sure everyone else on the other side of the fence behaves in the appropriate manner. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Harv. Good to see you.
Back with more Benny Waterworth shortly.
Run now, the Ferntree Gully Eagles kick inside forward 50, looking for the... Oh, what a fly there. Great mark by Hager. He put his body on the line. He wanted to be fancy. I don't know if Bernie Ryan will like that one.
Rightio, time to get our teeth back into the footy issues this week, or the footy games, I should say. And Divi 2 is the next port of call for us. Donvale take on the might of Bayswater at Donvale Reserve. And I believe, Benny, that this is the Caravan of Courage game.
Yes, the Toot Toot, the Caravan of Courage, is heading out to Division 2 this weekend. Donvale Reserve will be the venue for this game, and I think this is a huge game for these two teams. Currently, Donvale sitting 4th. Bayswater are a game and a half behind at the moment, but we have to remember Donvale's run home is very, very difficult. After this game, they play Roeville and Mooroolbark, whereas Bayswater have a little bit more of an easier run. So must-win game for Donvale this weekend. They had a bit of a reality check against Montrose last weekend, lost by 71 points, so possibly the loss they needed to have. I don't know if you're a big believer in that one half.
Rubbish theory.
Rubbish theory. Well, there you have it. For mine, Bayswater, they had a big win over Doncaster last weekend by nearly 100 points. Brent Jane kicked 10 goals.
How many?
10 goals half. Now, what's even more phenomenal... that's the one.
You know what you mean.
That's the one. Is that he's probably been the best defender in Division 2 for the past 5 to 6 years, but he's gone forward and kicked 10 goals. He's been doing that a lot this year, going forward and kicking goals. He's probably the Adam Hunter of the Eastern Football League at the moment.
About him.
Yeah, a little bit of Stephen Silvani about him, but he's doing fantastic work. Look, for mine, I think Donvale, purely because they're a better team than past couple of years. They've teased us a lot over the past couple of years, but I think they're a different team, a good mix of youth and experience. They'll prove on the weekend that they're ready to take the next step, and they'll beat Bayswater on the weekend.
Donvale to win Divi 2 Caravan of Courage game. Divi 1 now we focus on, and this is It's a great season in Divi 1. I've loved to watch this from afar, and to see this game, Norwood and Scoresby at Mullum.
Yes.
Mullum Reserve. It's going to be the home of the Mighty Norsemen. This is going to be an absolute beauty. Both teams 10-3.
Arch rivals, 8-point game, you name it. This has just got beauty written all over it at the moment. Look, Norwood had a bit of a touch-up last weekend. We're talking off air beforehand about Vermont and how they're a much improved side this year. They beat Norwood by 10 goals last weekend, 9-1 in the final term. So Norwood will be out for revenge in that sense. But Scoresby, they're probably one of the other form teams at the moment in Division 1. They've won their past 6 straight. An interesting stat that Peter Baird from the media team showed me during the week is that in their first 7 rounds, Scoresby were ranked 10th for points for, but in the last 6 rounds, they're actually ranked 2nd for points for. So they've turned their form around and doing a fantastic job, led by the Hogle boys up forward. Will the Norsemen have the defence to contain those boys? I don't know if they do. At home, Scoresby, they play Exeter Reserve very, very well, as you probably would know, Half. I think Scott White's got this team playing a great brand of football, and I think they'll give Norwood their 2nd consecutive loss. Scoresby for mine.
Scoresby at Mullum.
Scoresby at Mullum.
Okay, big win there for the Magpies. It's going to be a great round of footy. Now, the 98.1 Radio Eastern game of the round again is at
Donvale for Donvale and Bayswater. Toot, get around. It should be a fantastic contest. 98.1 from 1 till 6, or video streaming from 2 till 5 p.m.
That's been EFL TV for this week. We'll see you again next week. Stay tuned.